Torah, this Shir's title, Mikdash number 9, do we need the majority of Jews in Eretz Israel in order to build the Mikdash? So there's certain halachot that from the Torah only apply when we have the majority. So for example, Truma and Maaser, according to the Rambam, we have that mitzvah midrabanan from the rabbis say, but not from the Torah. We don't have the majority here. In other halachot, hafashat challah, taking challah when one prepares the lechem, one prepares halot for Shabbat. That's also dependent on rov. And certain halachot depend on majority. Yetz Hashem, within the next few years, maybe even sooner, we will have the majority of Jews here in Eretz Israel. First time in thousands of years. So does that apply to the Mikdash as well? So many Rishonim don't mention the idea of rov when he drove to build a Mikdash. The Sefer Chinuch does say that. Actually, Mikdash is a place when there's rov, and the commentators try to make sense of this. What does it mean by rov? The biggest challenge to the Sefer Chinuch is history. The second Mikdash, only 42,000 people came back. We are nowhere close to the majority. The millions of people were staying in Bavel, building up Bavel. They did not come back, even though Ezra was here, even though the Mikdash was here, even though the 70-year prophecy from Uriah, they're going to come back. They got busy building up Golus. So there wasn't rov, and yet the Mikdash was built. The Korbanos were there. So many reject the chinuch. This is just not a tenable position. You cannot possibly say halacha l'mais. You need to have rov. You need to synthesize the chinuch and the metzias in some other way. So maybe you'll say that rov means not that you need rov in the majority of the Jewish people. It means you have a substantial amount of people in Israel, so you can actually physically build a mikdash. Some want to say that. Some say that rov means that since the Jews were all allowed to come up in the times of Ezra, they were mitzvah to come up, they were demanded to come up, they knew the prophecy and all the reasons to go up, and they didn't come up, so they lost their standing in the vote. And therefore they cannot go ahead and be counted. And the 42,000 that came up, even though it's a tiny, tiny percentage of the Jewish people, that was it, that was the rov. And some say so too nowadays. People are welcome to come home. We're not being turned away, chas v'shalom, like England did to us, sending this ship back to the Holocaust. No, those days are over, Baruch Hashem. So anyone who wants can come home. You don't want to come home? You want to stay in Chutz La'aretz? So fine. You're not part of the rov. And therefore, the Mikdash building must go on, must begin. The Ma'is and the Mefarshim try to make sense of the chinuch one way or another, try to understand that that's not applicable today because of the question on the chinuch. Another answer is given is that the rov was needed the first time when the first Mikdash was built. And once that happened, it was set into motion, the Kedusha was established there, and we could go without it. So whatever reason one gives to make sense of the chinuch, he doesn't mean rov, which he doesn't use in the same way we talked about other mitzvot that need rov. So he only means rov that you need a substantial amount of people in Israel. Or rov means the Jewish people from everywhere around the world, but that means where they could come and they come, and then they don't. If they don't come, then they've given up their count. Or 3, rov was needed in the original Mikdash, not for the second. Either way, it is very hard to say that a Jew should throw his hands up. I'm exempt from building Mikdash because so we don't have rov. Truma, yes. Masi, yes. Hali, you could say that biblically doesn't apply. To say that it applies by the base of Mikdash is not a simple shot at all, and it means that one is exempting himself from a mitzvah which includes 200 mitzvah because of a dubious source in the chinuch, not simple at all. Shalom.